Okay, hello YouTube, I'm back with another video. Today I thought I could show you how to hack your neighbors using a four-way handshake attack. Now, I don't know about you, but I have some pretty annoying neighbors that park in front of my driveway and are just plain out rude to me. So what's a better way to get back at them than to initiate a four-way handshake, DDoS their network, and then have them reconnect to a rogue access point whenever you've connected their actual network with a dictionary or a brute force attack. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like my cup of tea. And I know what you're thinking. DDoSing them? Wow, you must be really edgy. No, that's not the reason why we're booting them offline. If you're interested to know how this works, you're knocking stations connected to access points offline so you can perform an offline brute force attack or dictionary password attack on a four-way handshake to get a password. So this is why we boot them offline, to perform a password attack before the network reconnects. Got it? Okay, so what are we going to be using? I have a virtual machine up here, and I'm going to be using Fern Wi-Fi Cracker and Airmon NG. So let's just open that up real quick, and let's open up a terminal as well. Great. So we have both things open now. And I guess they have a pro version now. So, the first thing you want to do is make sure in your settings, this is my personal preference, I like to keep my network connection bridged, so it can see all of the networks on my network, so it searches around. You don't need to do that, but I do it. So, next thing. I have a wireless, I have a USB antenna, basically, which basically when you can put it in monitor mode and you can channel hop and search for other SSIDs around your neighborhood or wherever you are, and that's what this dongle does. They're relatively cheap. You can probably buy one on eBay for like, what, $5, $10? I think around that. So, yeah, so since we have that, let's type in Airmon NG. I guess we gotta run it as root. I'm using Parrot OS on a virtual machine, if you were curious. This shows that I do have a WLAN 0 interface. So what we need to do is we need to type Airmon NG check kill, or sudo airmon ng check kill. What is this going to do? Well, we're putting a card into monitor mode and automatically checking for interfering processes. So this command actually stops network managers and it kills interfering processes. So it's very important to kill the network managers before putting a card into monitor mode, because after executing the above command, you won't be able to connect any Wi-Fi using a GUI. So, yeah, when you disconnect from monitor mode, so like, let's just type in Airmon NG start WLAN 0. Keep forgetting to put it as root. Great, so now we're in monitor mode, but what if we wanted to stop monitor mode? Well, all we have to do is type in Airmon NG stop WLAN 0, and then after we've stopped it, we want to reconnect the network manager by typing in service network manager start. Okay, so let's redo that again. So we're going to do Airmon NG. Let me just log in as a root user real quick. Just get that out of the way. Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyway, we're going to type in Airmon NG check kill. And then after that, it's going to kill all of the necessary processes in order to put anything in in monitoring mode. And we're going to type in airmon ng start WLAN 0. So yeah, I have a real problem forgetting to put sudo there. So now that we're in monitoring mode, we're going to hit here for WLAN 0. And usually you'll have to restart sometimes for it to work. So now it should work. Okay, so now that it's in monitoring mode, what we're going to do is we're going to hit here to scan for access points. This is basically like an automated version of AirCrack, and I thought it would be easier to start off with this because, well, it's easier and it's better for all of my audience to understand first, and then we'll go to AirCrack after that and some more technical things. But yeah, when we scan for our access points here on AirCrack, what we would be doing is channel hopping. So channel hopping is basically it tries to look for MAC addresses and access points. So as you can see, there's 37 access points that have been detected, or SSIDs, which are basically, SSID is basically the name of a Wi-Fi network. So, you know, John next door may have SSID named John's Wi-Fi or something like that, you know? So that's what it is. As you can see here is all of my networks in my neighborhood. And yeah, so what we need to do next is we need to, before we even start an attack on anything, we need to find a word list. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with a dictionary and a brute force attack, these are just things to crack a password with, and it has a whole bunch of different possible password combinations, and it basically goes through a whole bunch of different possible passwords in order to figure out what the password is. Not all word lists work, especially whenever it comes to cracking passwords on a Wi-Fi network. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the classic rocku.txt. This may not work 100%, but yeah, you can find let me just make sure about something real quick. CD user share word list. Yeah, so in this directory right here in user share word list, you can find a whole bunch of different types of word lists. We want right here rocku.txt. So what we're going to do is gzip sudo gzip rocku.txt.gz. We're going to unzip it. I forgot parameter. Oh, I forgot to put the -d thing. So now we're just waiting for it to load. It will unzip it eventually. There we go. Type in ls again to see. There we go. There's the rocku.txt thing right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to browse, and we're going to go to this directory right here. Just copy that. User share word list. Where is word list? Let's go all the way down. Right here. And here's rocku.txt. Open. Alright, great. So, now that we have that, let's try doing my internet. Please don't hack me, guys. Please don't. We're going to check automate for it to automate. And now it is going to try to get into the Wi-Fi. It's going to be channel hopping, and it's going to perform a 4-way handshake. And if you guys are wondering about, you know, I explain what 4-way handshake is. It's basically the process of exchanging 4 messages between an access point and the client device to generate encryption keys, which can be used to encrypt data on a network to keep it safe. So that's how you keep your network safe. And yeah, what keeps the network safe though? Well, that's what comes into play. That's where WPA and WPA2 come into play. They're basically a method of encrypting your network using PSK or pre-shared key authentication to keep your internet protected. WPA3 is still in the making. Some people have it, but a majority of people don't have it because there's a lot of bugs and vulnerabilities in WPA3, but so is there in WPA and WPA2. I don't really see a difference here. It's all kind of messed up. The security flaws, I mean. This could take a while because it's trying to it's trying to de-authenticate, so the de-authentication process can take a while. So I'll get back with you when it is done. So yeah, after about what, an hour or two for me, it actually started to work now. So yeah, the 4-way handshake was captured. The brute force encryption worked. The only thing we're trying to do now is trying to crack the password with the dictionary we used up here. This can take hours or minutes, all depending on your processor and your internet. Not your processor, but your graphics card and your internet speed. It's all dependent on that. So I'll get back with you guys if this actually is successful and I managed to crack the password, and I'll be back. So yeah, it's been about 30-40 minutes maybe, and this dictionary attack is still going. But with this video, I hope you gain the knowledge of how this is carried out, how the 4-way handshake is carried out, and how to, you know, attack other networks and stuff, like your neighbors and whatnot. I don't recommend any of this to you. I just thought it was an interesting topic. What you do with this is up to you, but I'm not responsible for any legal problems that arise with this. So, you know, hack wisely, and, you know, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.